Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to all lecturers. I am Nurul Farahaziqah Binti Mohd Zaidi. Today I'm going to present to you my Industry Training 1 and the N40509. My internship placement at the Faculty of Bioresources and the Food Industry FB UNIZA at the Temila campus. It was established by the Dean Professor Dr. Abdul Manap bin Ali on the 1st July 2006. On the right side is my supervisor, Dr. Wan Muhammad Fadli bin Wan Muhtar, lecturer of School of Food Industry. Their vision is FBIM berhasrat untuk menjadi pemimpin dan peneraju integrasi bidang sains pertanian dan makan untuk faedah masyarakat dan negara. And their mission are melahirkan graduan yang berkualiti, berhemat tinggi serta berkarisma yang dapat memodernkan sektor pertanian bagi menjamin pengeluaran makanan untuk keperluan negara, membangunkan dan memajukan sektor sains makanan di Malaysia melalui penyelidikan insentif serta pengembangan teknologi untuk faedah masyarakat dan negara. During 9 weeks of my industry internship placement, I was given a few tasks. The tasks are the formulation and the carbonation, the sensor evaluation test, and the chemical analysis. The first 3 weeks of industrial placement, I did the formulation and the carbonation. The first step was the extraction of the sample. The raw roselle were boiled for a few minutes, the extract cooled down, and the addition of the sodium benzoate as the preservative agent. For the calamansi, we squeeze out the juice, but there is no addition of the preservative. It is because the natural acidity in the calamansi acts as a preservative agent. Both of the extract were added with the artificial sweetener to replace the table sugar. After successfully to find the palatable and desired flavor, the extract was undergo the carbonation process. This process is to introduce the dissolved carbon dioxide into the cold water. The carbonated roselle and calamansi drink were done. The experience I gained through this activity was the carbonation process. This is my first time I did the carbonation. Couples of the carbonation process were experiment with the different temperature of water, the pressure of the carbon dioxide, the type of the water, and the time of the carbonation process. During 4th and 5th week, I did the preparation for the sensory evaluation test. Before the sensory evaluation day, I discussed the attributes for the carbonation drink with the Dr. Nafisa and my senior colleague Cik Afaf. We made the sensory evaluation form and sent it to Dr. Nafisa back for checking the details. Next, we plan and list out the material needed for the sensory evaluations. The materials were small container and a sticker to write the code. A day before the sensory evaluation, we did the samples and stored it in the refrigerator. On the 12th April, we carried out the sensory evaluation test for the 60 participants started from the 10 a.m. until 12:30 at noon. Last but not least, I collect the data and run the SPSS version 21 to find the mean and the standard deviation of the data. I also did the spider web to present the data and include it in the report. These were the photos took during the sensory evaluation day. The 8 samples were arranged on the tray with a glass of the plain water. The third photo is the sensory lab. There were 6 buttons, and the button act as a communication tools between the participant and the panel. Thus, we need to always be alert with the button. I am very thankful to get the opportunity to conduct the sensory evaluation test practically during my industry internship for the first time. During the last 3 weeks of industry internship, I was given a task to do the chemical analysis. My supervisor asked me to do 5 chemical analysis, which is total solid soluble, pH value, vitamin C, total acidity, and the glycemic index. The total solid soluble is to determine the dissolve of the sugar content in the carbonated drink by using the digital refractometer. All the chemical analysis did not was not involved the human except the glycemic index analysis. The similarities chemical analysis method for the vitamin C and the total acidity were used the titration method, and starting color of the reagent was colorless and turned into the pale pink as the end product of the titration. However, both of the analyses used different chemical reagents. The experience I gained was preparing the chemical solution. Most of the chemical reagent was in the solid form. There were 5 chemical solutions that I did, which is the sodium hydroxide, 3.0% of the metaphosphoric acid, the TCPIP solution, standardized vitamin C solution, and the hydrochloric acid. The last chemical analysis I did was the glycemic index analysis. Before I did the analysis, I discussed the glycemic index protocol with Dr. Ariati. The analysis was conducted during fasting period. It was difficult to find a volunteer. Luckily, I approached the first participant and he asked his friend to join together. This analysis was the longest time to finish because they consumed one sample per day, and I did the finger prick for every 15 minutes for 2 hours. For 2 hours. Before the analysis, I volunteered to board the glucometer at the nearby pharmacies. The worker at the pharmacy taught me how to use the glucometer properly. The participants were very friendly and trust me to do the finger prick, even they know this is my first time to do the finger prick. Students of the Faculty of Health Sciences need to collaborate with the Faculty of the Bioresources and Food Industry to produce a healthy food product such as the fortified meal. The longer the period of the industry want to ensure the students gain more experiences in the food industry. The students will know the roles and the responsibilities of the nutritionist in the food industry. Besides, the longer the period of the training section, the student can experience the theory of the knowledge that they learned before into the repeated action. In the nutshell, the industry training one gave me the experiences of healthy food development. The food developer and the nutritionist need to work together to produce more healthy food products that are affordable to purchase for all people in Asia.